Welcome back, freedom fighters. The legislative session is entering its final stretch, and this week brought some major developments at the Capitol. No wins, and some tough but necessary straight talk about a high-profile bill. I'm Billy Wilson, president of the Iowa Firearms Coalition, and this is your weekly President's Message to keep you informed and fired up on all things IFC and the Second Amendment. First, the great news that we've all been waiting for or hoping for is our YouTube channel is back. Yes! After 3 long months of being unjustly removed, somehow we lost an appeal, we won, and the channel is fully reinstated and better than ever. A massive thank you to every member and patriot who stood with us, shared the fight, and helped make this happen, especially our friends at the NRA who backed us up. The spirit of liberty cannot be canceled. Love it. So we're excited. So all of our videos should be back. We'll be posting videos to YouTube as well. But the good news in all this is we have discovered something new. Rumble is the place to be. We've been building our presence there as some of our free speech, our free speech safe home or safe space. Yes, now the 2A has a safe space, and it's Rumble. And you should be following us. Same great content, Warrior Wednesday episodes, President's Message, and more, but without the risk of big tech suddenly flipping the switch and killing us. Head over to the rumble.com user. We're under 2A for IA. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. We're on both platforms, but Rumble is where we know the content will always stay up. That's not negating X, Instagram, on Facebook, and all that other stuff. But Rumble was where our new safe space is going to be for everything 2A related with the Iowa Firearms Coalition. Like and subscribe. Now, let's talk about the legislation chaos that dominated the Capitol the past few weeks. Specifically, HF 2718, the so-called Anti-Red Flag Gun Seizure Act. Yes, it's true. The IFC opposed this bill. Not because we oppose the intent. We strongly support blocking any red flag gun confiscation schemes, but because the language is so badly drafted, full of flaws, and could have created serious unintended consequences down the road. It was bad. Nothing on this bill was good. So here is exactly what happened. You're going to hear from the IGO morons and other ones. Senator Holt flipped out. We apologize for not understanding it or knowing that it was going through. Why he never come to us, the 2A, pro-Iowa 2A place to come for anything. I don't know. We're not. It is what it is. But here's exactly what happened, straight from the ground. A volunteer lobbyist, Director of Legislative Affairs, Richard Rogers, testified in the Senate Judiciary Committee on Wednesday. I think it was the very last possible day before the deadline. The bill had already passed the House 67-19 after sailing through without much scrutiny. Nobody paid attention to it, not even their own lawyers. The idea of resisting red flag laws is good. It will always be good. We fought for them for years. Even when the pressure was intense, we were there fighting for them, not the IGO, not anyone else. But this bill borrowed trouble. It referenced the wrong sections of Iowa code. It had vague and potentially unconstitutional provisions and could have accidentally weakened existing legitimate restrictions. It also claimed to ban future red flag laws, but no legislation can bind a future legislature. That only happens through the Constitution itself. And right now, there's no red flag law and no real likelihood of one ever passing constitutional muster under Bruin and Rahimi. We had flagged these exact problems last year when the bill was HF 430 and it died in the House Judiciary Committee. So that was, we were very clear then to fix it. Nothing was done. Nothing. This year, it came back under a new number and somehow flew under the radar and met all our other priorities. Once it hit the Senate and we finally got a close look, we had some friends look at it as well. The problems were still crystal clear. Several lawyers testified to the same concerns. No one, not even the original lobbyist pushing the bill, spoke in support at that hearing. Look at it. We have it linked. Go back and listen to it. We didn't do anything else that anybody else didn't do. The 2 Republican senators who moved it forward both voiced major reservations about the drafting errors. The end result? the Republican majority Senate Judiciary Committee chose not to take it up in their final meeting, and the bill died. And what happened? We get blamed. IFC could have stayed silent and hoped it failed quietly, but we've always tried to be honest brokers. We don't want bad law on the books, even if it has a good title. We told the truth, offered to help redraft it with clear language if the Senate wanted, and we stand by that. The meetings were public, broadcast online with reporters and cameras in the room. So the idea that we were acting in the dark is complete nonsense. We oppose red flag laws with every fiber of our being, but we won't rubber stamp sloppy legislation that could hurt our cause long term, and this would have. You look at the SAPA in Missouri and all this other stuff, it doesn't work. So we just asked them to clean it up, collaborate with us, and we could tell them how to fix it, but that never happened. This is similar to the debate shenanigans we've seen elsewhere, like in Virginia, where Democrats just exempted themselves from their own new gun control bill. The provisions of this section shall not apply to any member of the General Assembly. Rules for thee, but not for me. That's exactly the kind of hypocrisy we fight every day here in Iowa. That's what our Senate tried to do here. Rules for thee, not for me. They felt they were a protected class, whose Second Amendment will allow them to conceal carry anywhere, but only them, because they're politicians. We are all afforded the same constitutional rights. And that's what I'm talking about with the previous bill with Senator Schultz changed, and it was supposed to be for all concealed carry holders. And then it goes, you know what, we can't trust them, but our lives feel dangerous, so I think we need to do that because we're a protected class. Bull honky. Unfortunately, all of this year's Pro 2A legislation was snubbed so far by our so-called 2A champion elected representatives. Is this simply because it doesn't currently benefit their campaigns or careers? We only support the 2A when it benefits us or is easy? No. I morally can never bend on two things: my faith in Jesus Christ and defense for the Second Amendment. This amendment is the one that protects all of our other constitutional rights. So the reality today is that we no longer have any support of the Second Amendment in the House or Senate. I don't know what we're voting for. They didn't stand with us, not even once. At first, they started the gas and flag plate bill. Senator Schultz set up at our 2A day with the plate there, supported it. Knowing, when he said he supported it, knowing right then that he already intended on changing the design, gutting the funding to 2A initiatives, and send it back to the government. Don't tread on me. Do we forget what that means? Anyways, I'm not going to grab about it anymore. I hope you all remember this and you remind them of who they serve and what happens when they're focused on their own political agenda and not our God-given rights. Email them, text them. When they come knocking on your door this next election, no, save your nickels. They don't deserve it. They haven't earned it. They work for us, and they need to remember that. If they want to stay elected and serve for us, they need to do that, and their morals need to be strong with the Second Amendment right. They cannot waver, and right now, every single one is wavered. It's sickening, and it bothers me. Anyways, on to some more national stuff. On the national front, Connecticut just took it even further. The Judiciary Committee passed a bill that effectively bans Glocks. Yes, I said that, Glocks, the most popular law enforcement trusted handgun in America, by targeting so-called convertible pistols. 1,900 people testified against it. Only 50 supported it. They passed it anyway. They didn't care. It was always going to be, that's always their intent. This is the same playbook we've seen before. Blame the gun, punish law-abiding owners, and ignore the criminals. We'll keep watching and fighting these attacks wherever they pop up. So stay tuned on that stuff because it's everywhere. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. And it will be here in Iowa if we don't get legislative representatives to stand up for us and for the Second Amendment right. They're either with us or against us. And now's the time to remind them of that. This week's trusted partner spotlight goes to Volquartsen Firearms. They engineer the world's finest rimfire rifles, pistols, and parts, manufactured and precision built from start to finish exclusively at their facilities in Carroll, Iowa. So don't just buy American, buy Iowan. Carroll, Iowa. The full line of our quartz and products has become some of the most sought after in the industry, trusted by competition shooters, plinkers, hunters, and everyone in between. Made in America since 1974. If you're looking for a top-tier rimfire gear built right here in Iowa by people who share our values, check them out and support a great Iowa company that supports the Second Amendment. Before we wrap up, a quick look ahead. We're tossing around ideas for a summer cookout-style banquet event. Think 2A Freedom Fighters Smokeout with smoked meat and freedom. If that sounds like your kind of gathering, let us know, because that's what we're looking at, and I'd like to get your input on it. We'd also love to hear your input on any Warrior Wednesday guests, trusted partner suggestions, or anything else. Drop us a line at info@iowafc.org. Another thing coming up, hopefully next week when I do this president's message, I will have our next 2A day speaker locked in, and we'll be excited to announce it to you. And yes, this could be monumental. So, and we're really excited of what's going on. I have a call next week, and hopefully we'll lock it in and we can prepare for next year's 2A day. Freedom fighters, we stay honest, we stay engaged, and we keep fighting the right way. Thank you for being the backbone of Pro 2A Iowa. Together, we're making real progress. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and as always, God bless.